Hello everybody, I am Henry and welcome to Techlore. Today I am going to take you guys through my full complete review of VyprVPN. Just like other VPN reviews on the channel, we have the 5 categories weighted by importance for a total possible score out of 5. A service is considered Techlore approved if they score 4 stars or higher. Let's dive right into the review with the very first category, security. VyprVPN's jurisdiction is based in Switzerland, which is outside the 14 Eyes. They use their own first-party DNS servers. There is IPv6 leak protection. There is no crypto support, like what? But I am not going to mark them down for that. Logging does spark some concerns. Let's read their privacy policy. Each time a user connects to VyprVPN, we retain the following data for 30 days. The user's source IP address, the VyprVPN IP address used by the user, connection start and stop time, and total number of bytes used. This is far from a log-free service, which is a big deal, guys. That's a huge red flag for security. They use AES 256 data encryption, which is great, and RSA 2048 handshake encryption. RSA 4096 is the goal though. They don't meet Privacy Tools IO criteria. They offer a system-wide kill switch, which is awesome. In my testing, my IP address did thankfully change. They did not have any leaks on the Heidster DNS leak test and no leaks on the extended DNS leak test on dnsleaktest.com. So security with VyprVPN was actually pretty mixed. It was really tough to score this one. There were a lot of good things going for them, but there are definitely some issues. The logging policy is the biggest red flag, and sadly it really brings them down. So I really hate to do it, but they're gonna score 3.5 out of 5 stars on security, right outside the recommending point. Some other minor gripes I had was not the strongest handshake encryption, not meeting Privacy Tools IO criteria, and no cryptocurrency support, but those did not affect its scoring. Now let's move on to speed. After running a series of tests, on average, Vypr decreased my ping by 7.2 milliseconds, my download by 12.5%, and my upload by 6.2%. These speeds are pretty gnarly, nowhere near the best I've seen, but definitely recommended by the channel standards. You should be able to browse, stream, and game very comfortably. Easy 4 out of 5 stars. The third category is settings and customization, and man, Vypr definitely delivered in this category. They have an auto reconnect mode if you disconnect from a VPN server. You can connect when Windows starts up, which is pretty typical. They have a system-wide kill switch, which is very important. You can auto connect to Vypr on specific Wi-Fi networks, which is really cool. They have a pretty damn awesome protocol selection with in-depth encryption and port settings, which you don't find very often. You can use custom DNS settings. They have DNS leak protection, a very good amount of UI settings. Not a fan of these settings being enabled by default. You can opt into their beta, and they have many more advanced settings, which is awesome for the more advanced users out there. Overall, I was actually really impressed with the customization. Normally, I'm the kind of person who always hates on the customization because they're super simple, but it really blew away my expectations. It is not quite Area VPN status, but it's pretty damn close. 4.5 out of 5 stars. That's a very rare score for me to give out on settings and customization. Usage is going to be the second to last category. On Windows, I did like the user interface, but sometimes it felt very clunky and unresponsive. But all in all, it was still a very functional program. Major complaint is finding a specific server kinda sucked. It's very messy and I think it could be better organized, but none of these were huge issues. On Mac OS, I loved the Mac client. It was almost a replica of the Windows client, but much more responsive and polished. The server selection still felt unorganized, but the program overall was fantastic. There is no Linux client. On Android, I don't know what it is with these VPN companies, but they can make such awesome Android clients. The app is amazing. I love the UI, it has a great amount of settings, everything just works awesome. Great Android app. The iPhone app is extremely simple, too much for my taste, but the UI is still great and it's extremely functional, just a little bit short on the settings. Overall, I love the usage of the program. The main issues were not a fully polished Windows program, no Linux client, disorganized server selection, and a very simplified iPhone app. The only major issue in my eyes, which actually subtracts its score, is the Linux client, which I automatically take off 1 star for on every VPN. That's just kind of a system-wide thing I do, so they're gonna score 4 out of 5 stars on usage. On to the final category, stability. I used VyprVPN as my main VPN for 3 days, and I have absolutely nothing to tell you guys. I had no hiccups, no server disconnects, and everything worked super smoothly. no complaints. Easy 5 out of 5 stars. So before I give you guys the final score for Vypr, let's recap the service a little bit. Security overall was fantastic, but their logging policy really shot them down. Speeds were good, not great, but good. Customization surprised me big time, very good amount of settings offered by the service. Usage on their clients that exist was pretty good, sadly Linux is not one of those. And finally, stability was perfect. Putting everything together, VyprVPN scored 4.025, which just gets them past the Techlore approved mark, which is frickin' awesome. Congrats to you guys. Since Vypr is Techlore approved, I will attempt an affiliation with them after uploading this video. I will leave both a normal link and an affiliation link below so you guys can choose whether or not to support the channel. That's gonna be the review, everybody. Let me know what your experience was or is like with Vypr in the comments. If you want to see more VPN, cybersecurity, and cryptocurrency videos in the future, definitely subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all of the good stuff. At the time of making this video, NordVPN is the highest rated VPN on my channel, so don't be afraid to watch that review as well. Lastly, don't forget to follow me at TechLemur to keep yourself updated, and that is all I have to say. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a frickin' lemuricious day.